Well, hey there, folks. It's Bubba T coming at you. Look here. I am your host, just trying to bring you the most. I'm coming to you straight out of Fulton County, Kentucky, where the catfish are fried, the tea is sweet, and the community is in a shitstorm. Stay tuned. This is the Bubba T Show. Let's go. All right, all right. Welcome back to another lovely show. I cannot express enough how much I love y'all coming back in and listening to the old Bubba T Show. I really, really appreciate it. I can't express it enough. Tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about perhaps how we can help our community in ways that some people may not know about. We're going to go over a little bit of the city meeting that happened June 9th, which was Monday night at 5 o'clock. I appreciate each and every one of you that came to the city meeting to express your concerns, to let the community leaders know that, you know, that you're there and that you're not happy. I can't thank you enough for that. And to support the ladies that were fired and just being able to express yourself. A few of you did stand up to express, and from where I was sitting, you basically just got knocked down. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about. I've never seen a more public display of the old good old boys club in in such a public setting. I've never seen such boldness in this area. And this is the first city meeting I've ever attended physically in person. I usually watch them on Facebook and try to keep along that way. And I will admit it was a completely different setting. It was a much different vibe than watching it on Facebook. Sitting in there and actually looking, having my eyes on our leaders, that was pretty much painting me the picture of all the rumors that I've been hearing around this town. They are very disconnected from their own community. And I can't really tell if they know it or not. That's how disconnected it looked, folks. These leaders that, aside from one, these leaders are plugged into a certain clique. They have their own group of people that they know and support. And if you're outside of that clique, then your views really don't matter. And I'm not saying this just to be a smart ass or to bash anybody, but they publicly displayed it in front of me. Because I went in with doubts. I went in skeptical. I went in with the open mind that, well, people are just pissed off and they're just talking shit. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. But me sitting in there, that was the picture that they painted me. And I was just in disbelief by the middle of this meeting. But due to personal reasons, I wasn't able to stay for the entire meeting. I do regret that, but I think I got enough for the time of me being there. And then for them to appoint a sit-in commissioner to replace the city manager was astounding. I have nothing against this candidate. I have nothing against the person that got this position. Don't get me wrong. But I do have something against their selection because I've never seen this person at a city meeting. I've never seen this person out and about in the community doing things, putting on things, being actually plugged in to what needs to be plugged into as far as a city leader. He's a great football coach, but out of the candidates that they had, which they kept it low profile on who they were, I only got to hear a few of them or a couple of them. I feel like I feel like at least one of the others would have been a better selection due to that reason that that person was actually into the community, into the fixing side of the community or the loving of the community or and wanting to make this community better and actually publicly saying it. But it was just a display of the good old boy system. This person being brought in is just a part of the clique. And that's what disturbs me a little bit. Because there was no hesitation. There was no thought process in this decision. It was a motion, seconded, done. Perhaps they did discuss it behind closed doors. But that's a whole nother issue. But the deed's done now. I wish him the best. I hope he does jump in there and make some change and voice his own opinion, voice his own good ideas. Hopefully he has them. So I do wish him the best. I have doubts. Might as well go ahead and put that out there. I believe it's just another yes man. A man that's going to just go along with the flow, which is exactly what we do not need. But the mayor himself disappointed me the most. That display of arrogance that he put on in this meeting was astounding. Again, I had my skepticism about him as well. But that was the picture he painted. Threatening a public citizen at a public meeting on voicing his public opinion, threatening to throw this man out was disgusting. And from where I was sitting, it looked like it was more on shutting him up on the evidence that he had in his hand because he knew that that was pretty hard evidence of something. And as you seen in this meeting, once the man brought up the evidence and set it in front of him, the good old mayor never looked at it again. It probably went straight into the trash can once the meeting was over. It's pathetic. I think they know it. I think they know they screwed up there. But you know what? I ain't no politician. I'm not here to sling mud unless it's part of a tractor pull. But I've seen our town suffer. Abandoned buildings, kids leaving with no plans to come back, leaders that seem more focused on staying in office than actually doing something. But this just ain't about Hickman. This is about every small town that's been left behind. Let's talk about what's gone wrong and how we can fix it. Picture it. Roads full of potholes, no businesses on Main Street, crime rising like summer heat, and nobody showing up to city meetings except the same few folks. A poorly run town doesn't always mean the people are bad. Sometimes it just means the leadership's asleep at the wheel. City budgets disappear, but nothing gets fixed. New buildings get promised but never built. New jobs, doubtful. What's worse is the empathy that nothing's ever going to change mindset. And that's the most dangerous part. As Proverbs 29:18 says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Amen to that. Let's name it. Corrupt mayors, city commissioners who only look out for family and friends, sweetheart deals for land, and good old boys politics. Sometimes the leaders ain't even showing up to do their jobs. And when they do, they're approving things that benefit them, not the town. Meanwhile, the average citizen is told, just be patient. And that's a display that I witnessed firsthand Monday night. A lot of I don't know answers. Just be patient. We'll find out. We've had quite a while to find out. There was a man pouring his heart out about the mudslide. No answers were given. There was a lady pouring her heart out about the sewage that was just running through her yard, the stench, the rubble everywhere. No answers, folks. No answers. Waiting on a soil test. Now, here's the funny part. You ever see a city officially show up at a barbecue, kiss babies, smile for the camera, and then go ghost to the next election? That's small town politics at its finest. But jokes aside, people are hurting because of these decisions, or lack of them. A lot of towns like Hickman used to thrive. Railroads, river trade, factories. But over time, businesses left, and nobody came back to reinvest. It ain't always leadership's fault. Sometimes it's neglect from the state or federal level. Still, we can't keep blaming the past. We got to learn from it. And that starts with knowing our own history. Hickman ain't just a dot on a map. It's got roots, soul, and stories worth saving. Just like whenever I had Chris Henderson on. The stories of his past is grander than the stories of Hickman right now. The things that they did back then is grander than what's going on right now in 2025. And it's something as simple as a rocking chair tournament. Who in the hell would have thought of that? I mean, it's pathetic. And it ain't the people's fault. When people get kicked down for so long, they tend to give it up. I get it. But that's the point of this. If you want the change, you're going to have to do something. Matter of fact, I called yesterday morning to see about being on one of these new boards that Mr. Robert Griggs put out there. But of course, because I live outside the city limits, I can't join them. I don't think that's quite fair, being that the interim city manager lives in Casey. How is he city manager of Hickman, interim city manager of Hickman, when he lives in Casey? But hey, that's one of them deals where I got to just shut up and deal with it. I don't feel like I should, and I'm probably not gonna. But we'll see where it goes from here. And it's something as far as I would like to give back to the city of Hickman. I would like to give my insights and try to help in the process of rebuilding Hickman into a little bit better place. Maybe have a few things for the kids, some fun festivals for the town's adults, along with the children. That's my main intention, is to try to help bring it back. I don't see why that would be a problem, but somebody's got to do it, right? But like I said, I'm waiting on a call to let me know whether they call me or not. I don't know. I'm going to give it a few days and I'll make the call back because they're going to give me an answer. I'm not going to take the I'm not sure's and I don't know's. I want you to give me a solid answer. Here's the good news. Change don't have to come from the top. It can actually start at the bottom with us. You can start a cleanup crew. You help a neighbor fix a porch. You show up to City Hall and ask the hard questions. You support local businesses. You pray together. As Matthew 5:14 reminds us, you are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. So shine. That's a good phrase. Without faith, we're just spinning our wheels. Faith in God, faith in each other. One church, one block party, one mentor at a time. That's how communities change. And don't underestimate unity. When folks of all backgrounds start working together, black, white, rich, poor, Baptist, Methodist, even them loud Pentecostals, change gets real. Let me give you a little blueprint of a town revival. Host monthly town hall meetings with real agendas. Start a volunteer coalition for cleanup and repairs. Demand financial transparency from the leaders. At every city meeting, demand it if you need to. Support new businesses with local incentives. Form a youth council. Get the next generation involved. Organize voter drives. Local elections matter, folks. Build partnerships with churches and nonprofits. We do this consistently, we change the game. This ain't about left or right, rich or poor. It's about survival and hope. Bringing hope back to the community. Building people back up. Because I'm telling you right now, more than half the citizens of Hickman are beat down. They don't have this kind of hope that's needed. That's needed to help change anything. There's several folks I've talked to that's got that mindset of, I don't know what to do. What can we do? Just letting the leaders just go on their day-to-day lives. And that's how they get away with it, folks, is silence. I've said it repeatedly. It's time we start making some noise. Our town deserves better. Our people deserve better. And as Romans 12:21 says, do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. So rise up, Hickman. Let's fix what's broken and build something beautiful. That's the message. Band together. You go in them city meetings and you start demanding stuff, you're going to start shaking things up. And there ain't nothing that'll crack quicker than a shooken up politician that's been put on the ropes, especially an inexperienced politician, an arrogant one, or a blinded one. We got a lot of those folks. The evidence was right there Monday night. They've got pressure on them now. They didn't handle it well. And it was so evident, so obvious. Probably didn't even realize it. Between the no comments and the smart ass mouths, and just the complete silence from two of them, three of them, really. That's your sign. Now is the time to do something about it. But I appreciate you listening in. That's the message I wanted to bring tonight. It took me a couple of days to think this through because I was so baffled by this Monday night meeting that I didn't really know how to approach it. I'll be honest. I've got a couple of special guests lined up. Hopefully, y'all are going to enjoy them. We got a few topics we're going to talk about. I've got an addition to an addiction segment because the chief of police, Ryan Amberg, brought this up in the city meeting Monday about the Narcan being available at the police department and discussing the fact that, people try to come in for help, and a lot of times that they're either scared to get it or there's not a good place at the time to get it. So I'm going to go into that a little deeper, say what's on my mind about the subject because I am so very close to it. And that's something that we could probably put together in the community, which I know we got the recovery thing that they do at West Baptist Church, which is a good thing. And I had been thinking for quite some time of starting some kind of drug and alcohol addiction board of some sort to help promote help for addiction for addicts, the easy help, which they're in very much need of. So that may be coming soon. So stay tuned for that. But people, you got to start paying attention, especially if you're living in the city and you find yourself at home talking about it or bitching about something that you don't like, but you're not doing anything. It's not ever leaving your home. You got to start letting it out there. You got to start voicing that opinion, or else it's going to stay the same. And when it comes election time, you really need to think. Really need to do your research on the candidates. I mean, you're not always going to pick the right one, no matter how good they sound. Because that ultimately, at the end of the day, whatever promises they make to be elected, it's still on them to make it happen once they are elected. And that's something you can't ever 100% be sure of. So take it as you will. And I appreciate each and every one of you. If you ever have questions, if you have a topic that you want me to cover or anything like that, please email me at the Bubba T Show at gmail.com. Hit me up on Facebook. You can ask me any question you want. If you would like to come on the show and discuss your concerns, please email or message me. That's all it takes, folks. And we'll get you on here and we'll talk about it. Because that's the name of my game. Talk about it. No matter if it's uncomfortable, exciting, sad, whatever it is, we'll discuss it. So I appreciate you tuning in tonight. I love you to death. We'll see you next time.